Well, guys, it's the end of 2016, and it has been a rough year for musicians. We've lost a lot of great people, including good old Merle Haggard himself. So it seems like a fitting tribute here for the last Weekend Wankshop of the year to give you guys an accurate tutorial on how to play the intro guitar solo for one of the Hag's signature tunes, Ramblin Fever. Well, hello there, kids, and welcome to Weekend Wankshop. Here with your good buddy, Uncle Ben. 2016 has been a real punisher of a year for the entertainer. We've lost Prince and David Bowie. We lost Princess Leia the other day. That is unbelievably depressing. And one of the ones that hit the hardest for a southern piece of garbage like myself is the death of the Hag himself, good old Merle Haggard, that passed away earlier this year. But on the bright side, before he left us, he left behind a huge legacy of great recorded material, both in the studio and live. I really recommend you check out some of that live stuff where his band really gets the chance to go in those tunes and kind of hog around a little bit and showboat some. He always had incredible musicians in his band, and Merle was quite the picker himself. One such example of Merle's mighty fine picking is the intro to his tune Ramblin Fever, which is a simple little guitar solo over kind of a 1-4-5 in the key of G. It's nothing extremely fancy, but it does showcase Merle's great ear for melody. He lands on just the right note at just the right time through this whole thing. It's really cool. There's not really any accurate tutorials for this on the YouTube, so I figured it would be a good tribute to provide an accurate lesson on how to play it. But before we dig into it, let's hear it again at step hag speed. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Two, three. So the way we're going to look at the solo is in 8 separate licks. They're all in the key of G, and they take place over G, C, and D chords. Here's the first lick. To play this, you're going to play the 5th fret on the D string here, 7th A, 5th A, 7th A, 5th D, 7th A, 5th A. And then you're going to play the D string here on 7, sliding it to 9. So altogether that was lick number 2. What you're going to do here is slide down into fret number 7 on your D. You could do that from about fret 9 or fret 8. It doesn't really matter that much. Pick 8 or 9 and slide immediately down to 7, like that. 5th D, 7th A, 5th D, 7th D, 5th D 2 times, 7th A, and 5th D. That should give you lick numero tres. This is a nice one. What you're going to do here is start off on the 5th fret A, slide into 7, 5th D, 7th D, 5th D, 7th D, sliding into 9. So that was lick number 4. It's worth mentioning that if you listen to the original recording on a good pair of stereo headphones or studio monitors, there's a little discrepancy here. He recorded a left side guitar recording of the solo and a right side guitar recording, and the way those two play this lick is very slightly different, but kind of the dominant one that I hear is what I'm doing to play it is playing the 7th fret G, 9th fret G, pulling off to 7, 9th fret D, slide into 7, and then that 7th fret D 2 more times. So that was pull off and slide. Licks 5 and 6 really blur together, so we'll just call them one thing. To play this, you're going to play the 5th A, hammering into 7, 5th D, 7th D, sliding into 9. Then you're going to play this little repeating lick. 7th G, 9th fret G, pulling off to 7, 9th fret D, 7th G, 9 pulling to 7, 9th D, 7th G, 9 pulling off to 7. So you kind of feel like you've done this little pull-off lick 3 times in a row like this. 1, 2, 3. After this, you're going to play the 9th D sliding into 7, 5 on the D, 7th D, 5th D 2 times, 7th A, and 5th D. That's a whole lot of notes. I'll play it again slow. 1, 2, 3. Lick number 7. Alright, this is a cool one. 5 on the A, hammering into 7. 5th D. 7th D, sliding into 9. 7 on the G. 9th on the G, pulling off to 7. So now you got... Play it one more time. 9 here on the D, sliding to 7. 5th D, 7th D. That's lick number 7 right there. And the very last lick, number 8. Again, in the stereo recording, there's a little discrepancy between the 2 recordings on this bend, which makes it just sound really cool, actually. So it's hard to replicate the exact sound on one guitar. 5th A, hammering into 7. 5th D. 7th D. Then you're going to start bending this up about a half step. Then pick it again as you let it down. And then the 5. So as for that bend section, you got normal, picking on the way up, picking on the way down, and a 5. Again, it's one of those that's really hard to replicate exactly, but as long as you hit it once normal, once on the way up of the bend, and once on the way down of the bend, then that 5th fret D string, the G note, you should be in the ballpark. So we put them all together, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 7 and 8. A smart idea as you learn this solo would be to take a look at the licks and see what notes he lands on right whenever those chords change. In other words, like whenever a G chord shows up, he's likely to land on a G note right as that chord emerges. Or maybe whenever the D chord rolls around, a lot of times he'll land on this A note right here. Now an A note against the D chord, why would he do that? If you look at a D chord, there's an A note in it. Again, he's always playing a relevant note that's in the chord that he's playing against right as soon as it shows up. That's a real secret for making your solos super melodic, just like the Hag. So there you go, guys, the accurate way to play some really awesome country picking from one of our fallen heroes, one of the many greats that we lost in 2016, Merle freaking Haggard. Like I said earlier in the video, be sure to watch some live recordings, especially the live from Austin, Texas stuff, where his band really cuts loose a lot. He had some killer players in his band over the years, from guys like Roy Nichols into harmony monsters like Clint Strong. Clint Strong is one of those unknown dudes to a lot of guitar players. I didn't even know about the guy until a year or two ago when a couple of friends of mine introduced him to me. Clint Strong is an absolute mutant guitar player, and he really rips on some of those Merle live songs. He'll make a GCD song sound like a damn jazz ballad by the time he's done with it. Really crazy harmony on that guy. So yeah, anyway, check out some of the live Merle Haggard stuff. Thank you guys so much again for watching. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. I'd also like for you to go and check out my Facebook fan page, which you can go like over at facebook.com/Uncle BenEller. Also, if you're interested in starting the new year off with some cool one-on-one Skype lessons with me, be sure to drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to stay tuned next year for a whole heap of sick licks. Have yourself a great and fun and happy new year, and if you're going out there boozing, get yourself that Uber, have yourself that designated driver. It's always great to have a friend that's a Mormon for a designated driver, whatever it is you can do. Don't go out drinking and driving. No boozing and cruising, kids. Don't do that. Have a safe and happy New Year's. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.